to Realities May Vary. I'm going to call this, Cody, a very special edition because, quite frankly, we have no idea what's going to happen. It was the Queen's funeral today, the Queen of England, and you have your own personal piper there with you. People are wondering what's with the background. You're not in your office.
No, I'm not. It is apparently not. It's apparently not my son's bedtime at this moment. So I am going to try to. Well, also.
That is excellent.
Thank you. It'll be his bagpipes. He does have a pair of bagpipes, a pair of small bagpipes.
Listen, he was playing them just a minute ago. I hope he plays them again. Did you have him watch any of the coverage today? Because I did not know this. The Queen had her own personal piper who stood under her window every day and played. Mm-hmm. And then as part of the funeral today, the final thing, as they lowered the Queen's casket into the royal's crypt, her piper played a song and walked out so that the music kept fading and fading as she was lowered into the crypt. So maybe your son's got a future.
No, I know. My dad was telling me about that over the weekend, that there is it's like a whole thing. The Queen was definitely a really big fan of the Scottish Highland bagpipes. So good for her, rest in peace. I didn't catch any of the coverage today. I was very, very busy with work stuff, but solidarity with all of our folks across the pond.
I watched some of it, and it was impressive to see the pomp and circumstance that goes in. Because let's be honest, none of us have ever seen a royal's funeral. This was the first time in 70 years they had one. Man, say what you want about the Brits, and we often do, from teeth to food. But man, oh man, they know how to do it up when it comes to ceremony and stuff. It was incredible. There was a guy. He was like one of the highest people in the Queen's cabinet, for lack of a better term, at the finals, because they did the first funeral at Westminster Abbey, then a smaller one at Windsor Castle. So in Windsor Cathedral, as they were after they took the crown and the orb and the scepter off the coffin, he walks up and he breaks his staff in half and lays it on the coffin because he no longer serves the Queen.
Wow.
They're just little stuff like that. It's like, man, these guys. Now, do I want a monarchy here? No, but it was fun to watch. Not fun, interesting to watch. Fun is probably the wrong adjective.
Right. It was an historic cultural moment.
It was. We're getting Eric is watching from Maine. Hello, Eric. Hello, Linda and Mike and everybody else. Cindy, always good to have everybody with us on a big Realities May Vary night. This is fun. So I got to admire your improvisational skills to say, hey, listen, the kid's not going to bed. And we know he's headstrong when he wants to be. Good kid's got his own ideas. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, he's, I would, if he was, severely set up like a second light, like my phone light, so that I look evenly lit. I'm sure I sound like garbage, but I'm doing my best. I look awful because I did not shower today because I only had one meeting and I wore a hat for it and I didn't really care. And I just forgot that we were doing this. And at some point I'm like, oh, wait, it's Monday. I'm doing the thing with Brian. I should shower, and I didn't. But
yeah, why do you think I'm wearing a hat? Same reason.
There you go.
I didn't shower today either.
I look and sound terrible, but he's so good at entertaining himself, and he really wants to play the trucks. So around dinner time, he had like a full meltdown.
Uh-oh.
Like one where you can't calm him down. It's just like no matter what you do, you can't hold him. He doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want to do that. And it's finally like, we're not going to eat unless I just stick him in his room. So I just kind of put him in there, shut the door. He had to meltdown it out. And then right after dinner, we're sitting there and we hear I've got the childproof lock on his door, but he can open it if he messes with it enough.
Yeah, good for him. He doesn't want to do time in the hole.
Oh, no,
come on, Warden. You're like Cool Hand Luke in this kid.
I know. Well, I'm the disciplinarian of the two of us.
I guess.
I don't know if that's true. But he emerges and he was totally fine. This is what he does. He melts down and then, you wait and you wait it out. And then he's so cute. And then it was like 7:56. I don't look at him, and he's like on the couch, and we're sitting there. And he's like, "You want to play with trucks?" And I was like, "Yes." And he's like, "This is a taxi." He's like, "This is a garbage truck." And I'm like, "This is my 2-year-old son, and this is too cute. He's clearly not tired. He's enjoying himself. He's having a good time."
Sometimes you got to let him stay up, you know?
He's literally just standing by the couch, just like pushing his cars and arranging them in rows.
Yeah. He likes, when he's at our house, he likes to drive them off cliffs. He's very big into like stuntman moves. He drives them off the couch and then, yeah, that is an uh-oh. You better not get your license for many, many more years because he loves to crash them. But yeah, he was playing the bagpipes just literally seconds before we went on. And he was good. He's getting it. He had the marching down. Looks good. Again, now I heard that your sister was the premier piper in the family after your father, that out of his children, your sister was the one. So maybe you set your son up to dethrone your sister. This sounds very Shakespearean, but I think this might work.
Oh, I am on the bagpipe train. My dad is clearly on the bagpipes. As soon as he's old enough, he's getting bagpipe lessons. I want him to be in one of the Scottish pipe bands out here, hopefully.
Now, will you send him away like they do for young boys that play hockey? Will you send him to Scotland to study under some Sean Connery-like tutor?
No, I might take lessons with him.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, it's like a father or son kind of thing. I don't know if that would make it cooler or less cool. It just kind of depends on how our relationship evolves. But I'm interested. I mean, I'm interested, and I certainly am not playing my saxophone these days. So
then you could do bagpipe battles. Just you two out in the backyard battling like a rap battle, both pipes. Your neighbors would love you, right up until they came and set your house on fire.
Well, yeah, details. I feel like my lighting is so bright on my face with such a dark background. I feel like I'm in like a bad local TV news stand-up shot, like where they got the one light at night and they go to like a festival outside, and it's like, coming out on the street, what did you think of Seventh Heaven tonight? Well, I really like their 30 songs in 30 minutes medley. It's like, it was more than one song, you know. You usually play one song, but that song is 30 songs, but it's also one song. And so I want to go do some meth.
Man, you keep coming back to Seventh Heaven. The Seventh Heaven heads are going to be angry with you. The heaven heads are coming. Hello to everybody. Dave joining us from Maryland. Dave, remember, Cody used to call the late night show all the time. He was a postman.
Yes. Welcome back.
Yeah. So Dave is, so everybody is jumping back on, which is fun. What else this has been an odd week to say the least. And I'm just coming off. Now you travel all the time, but like when you're going on vacation, when you and the family are going somewhere, do you get anxious before you go, like with the packing and all that kind of stuff?
Oh man. I mean, I do it so often. I've got a system, but I'm diabetic and I forget something 20% of the time. So it's extra anxiety producing because it's like I got to have the insulin. I got to have my glucose sensor. I got to make sure that it's not going to expire while I'm traveling. I got to have a backup test kit to make sure that's good. I got to make sure I have extra insulin, extra needles, blah, 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 blah. The list, it's just like, and something always gets forgotten. It's just really hard, right? So for me, packing is just like extra stressful because of all the medical parts of it.
Okay.
So yeah, I get you. Even as much as I do it, I'm always just like, I get to the end and I'm just like, all right, what am I forgetting? And there's always, like I went to Orlando Wednesday and Thursday. Forgot my big headphones. So
oh no.
Now in my Nintendo Switch case, I have a backup pair of like Apple like wired earbuds. So I could listen to the game as I played on the plane, but I didn't have my like $250 Sony MDX whatever's. So yeah. Minor, but I'm just saying.
It's always, I actually made, and I don't know why this trip is giving me such stress. Mostly it's because we're trying to stay with a smaller suitcase because the cars are small. 2, I don't want to overpack, which I always overpack. 3, we were debating, do we try to just do 10 days with a carry-on? And I was like, I can't do 10 days with a carry-on. That's insane. Because, we were in this Facebook group for people traveling to Ireland. Most of the questions were really stupid. Like, do Irish people eat food? What's that kind of stupid? No, they're just ridiculous questions. Like, people have never left. Is it going to be exactly the same as it is here in Cleveland? No, that's why you're going to another country, so you can see what it's like somewhere else. Oh, a lot of people complaining about no washcloths and no top sheets. So I don't know. Debbie actually bought some like almost disposable washcloths. I don't use washcloths. It doesn't bother me. I don't care one way or not.
Well, you don't need to remove makeup. You just keep it on and sleep in it.
That's right. I'm a full drag queen. I like my pillowcase to look like the Shroud of Turin every time I wake up. And then when I leave, the housekeeper comes in and goes, "Did Jesus stay here?" No, a fat clown stayed here. That's completely opposite. I think it was Bozo. This can't be anything religious. So we're, that's got me all in a thing. I made this list of things to pack and what to pack. And I've never done that before. I always just pack. And I've been putting
a list for an overseas trip. Are you kidding?
I don't know. I do. Molly's been mocking me. She was mocking me that I've been waiting so long to pack. And I'm like, so right before this, I did pack. I'm taking one suitcase and then a backpack. And the backpack will have like some extra, but I'm just like, and I don't know why I'm putting such stress on myself this time. Normally it's just grab your stuff and go. But not this time. This time,
you don't want to be caught unawares.
I don't want to be caught unaware. The weather is kind of a thing. Like if we were going somewhere that I knew was going to be warm, throw in a couple pairs of shorts, some t-shirts, maybe one sweatshirt in case it gets cool at night. But here I'm looking at all the Roger's asking about a fanny pack. Don't think I haven't thought about the fanny pack. It's still an option. That could still happen. But, like I'm looking at the weather. And so we land in Dublin Wednesday morning. It's supposed to be like 67. Beautiful. That's nice. 67, cloudy. Okay. The next day we're going up to Belfast. Supposed 90% chance of rain, mid 60s. All right. Well, I got to make sure I got a raincoat. I got to make sure I've got, stuff. Cause then I'm looking all over our trip, like 60s during the day, which is fantastic. But then like in the 40s at night. So, now I got to bring a coat. Just crazy.
The layers is a thing. And then you get to the whole casual versus not casual thing.
Yeah. Oh, everything's casual. I don't care.
Yeah, but I always got to pack like 3, like at least like what I'm wearing, like a short sleeve dress. I got to pack, and then you're like, do I need jeans? Do I need nice shoes? Can I get into a club with tennis shoes? Because I go clubbing a lot when I travel.
I know you do. You like to go to other cities under the guise of work, and yet you're really a serial killer at the club scene.
Right.
So I understand that. No, the shoes. Well, I got to bring one extra pair of shoes. But they're walking shoes, gym shoes, whatever. And then I brought a couple pairs of khakis and one pair of jeans, and those are my pants. And I'm doing this something that I have always loathed. I've become that guy. Tomorrow, I'm wearing activewear on the plane. I'm wearing like sweatpants. Again, sweatpants is the wrong term because they're not fleecy sweatpants, but I'm wearing like track pants so I can be comfortable for an 8-hour flight.
You wearing a tracksuit, like
not a tracksuit. No, not a matching tracksuit. Yeah, yes, no. I'm gonna look like Big Pussy from The Sopranos when I get on the plane. I got a undershirt, tank top undershirt. I got a big gold chain just for the trip, and I've got a light blue velour tracksuit. It's gonna be great. Stripes on the sleeve and the legs. Fantastic.
I have to adjust something in my camera shot, so I'm going to turn my camera off for 1 second.
This is very exciting.
But I'm here. I'm right here. You can even see the pulsating.
Your initials are throbbing.
My initials are throbbing violently.
It's very. I love to watch you throb.
I mean,
Gina is listening from Colorado. Hello, Gina. Roger weighing in. No, I'm not going to any fancy dress locations, Roger. I'm going the closest thing I'm coming to a fancy dress occasion is we are hosting a dinner for my dad's side of the family at the hotel that we're staying at in Charleville. I thought we were going to be going to a Chinese restaurant, which has always been the tradition on the Noonan side of the family. But as I spoke to my cousin, she's like, yeah, but the Chinese restaurant might hustle us out to get the tables back. So how about we just do it at the hotel where you're staying? And I was like, yeah, okay. So that's good for us. We're gonna, host a little dinner. She sent me a thing today. She goes, how many? They can cater it, no problem. How many courses do you want? 2 or 3? I'm like, let's, I'm a baller. Let's go 3. Let's go 3 courses.
I just realized is I'm actually broadcasting from the top of my liquor cabinet.
Nice. And yet you have no liquor on you.
Yeah, I don't know if I feel like anything.
I don't have any with me either. That's
I have a Thundertaker in my fridge. That's kind
Nice.
of tempting, but I don't know if I feel like a drink tonight. I got a busy week of work coming up.
And you got a bagpiper behind you that might need your attention.
I do, dude. He is just entertaining himself, playing with
That's
cars.
good. Yeah, he's there. Unless we said it, nobody'd know he's back there.
Yeah,
he's just chillaxing. And it might be one of those things where he just clunks out when he's done.
Maybe he's absorbing a lot right now.
Yeah, he's listening. He's trying to figure out, hey, this is what it is to podcast. I could do that. He could do a truck podcast. Just do one about trucks. This is a cement truck. Oh, wow. This is a fire truck. Wow. This is a bus. Wow. I got bagpipes. And then he bagpipes for a few minutes, comes back. This is a pickup truck. Wow. That would be cool.
So you were right about you mentioned the last time you watched it that you put on the Disney Pixar movie Cars.
Uh-huh.
And so we were looking for something, and we were on Disney Plus, and there was a little Cars short. So he's like, "Let's watch the one with the cars." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
I went to the cars, and first shot is a car. He goes, "Wow." And then there's like another car, and he goes, "Wow." Another one, "Wow." He does not do that normally with shows. But so he was just like, "Wow, what's that? That's a pickup truck." And then he just like lost.
Oh, he loved it. He loved the cars. And then he needed to know where they were going. And I was like, I don't know. I wish I could tell you. I could lie, but I'm not. I don't feel like lying to a 2-year-old.
You tell me, hey bud, where are the cars going?
Yeah, you don't know. None of us know, none of us know, young man.
Where are the cars going? He doesn't know.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
It's about the journey anyway.
Your car's going fast.
The car's going fast. We know
That's true. He knows that. He's smart.
He's the best co-host we've ever had.
I like it. I like the third wheel. I'd bring him in, get him a third chair. He's in.
Ah.
But then we might have to. Do we just call him young boy or your ward? What do we call him?
Ooh, I like Ward. Third wheel. I like the Cars reference.
Yeah, Cars reference. Sidecar.
We put on the movie, and at the start of the movie, there's a 3-way tie, flash finish, photo finish in a race, and I don't know who won. And he got bored before they announced who won. So now I kind of wanted to watch, but then I was like, no, no, he wants to play with cars. I need to not be.
Well, you got to find out. Was it Lightning McQueen? We don't know.
Feel free to spoil it in the chat. I literally don't care.
From
I care who won, but I don't need to see it develop. Like I just want to know.
Were you watching the actual movie?
Yeah. So the first episode of the little mini series Pixar did was too scary. There was a dinosaur truck that ate, or a dinosaur.
Oh, we watched that.
Oh yeah, he wasn't freaked out.
No, he liked the dinosaur.
Well, he was a little fragile.
I don't know. Maybe he wasn't. He might not have been paying that much attention to that one. He was still playing with his cars and stuff. But yeah, we didn't. It was over. It was over pretty quick. So we're like, and then we put on the movie. The movie was the movie he loved because there's a million different kind of cars and they all have different voices and they're all going around and Paul Newman's in it. So yeah, it's classic. Nice. Owen Wilson. Paul Newman plays. Yeah, Paul Newman plays the old car who used to be a race champion. And so he's given the the dressing down to Owen Wilson's Lightning McQueen. Pretty good. It was pretty cool.
You love it when you see it.
Yeah, you do. And I loved watching him see it and just going, the cars.
Kids rule. That's. I mean, I have nothing. Like I said, quick trip to Orlando for me last week for like a day for a meeting. Not a big story there. Nothing really to report for the weekend. So I've got stuff coming up, but I don't have really like a top story, but it seemed from your text that you do.
Yeah, well, we'll finish. Let me ask you this too. Do you clean your house before you go on vacation?
Oh, you're still in the vacation stuff.
Well, because I have a feeling once we tell that story, we got to be done because it's not gonna, it could be it
Okay.
forever. It could be it forever.
All right, I'm excited about this.
No,
do
don't
I
be. It's
clean my
horrifying.
house? I mean,
No,
I
like today I cleaned everything. Even though normally I clean everything because when Molly is when normally we're leaving and nobody's here at the house and we come back and I like it nice and clean when I come back in because I don't like to come into a mess. But this time Molly is staying at our house and taking care of our dogs and Walter, so it's going to be a big dog party here at the casa. But I still cleaned everything today. And then Molly may be in the next room and be able to hear me, but if she does, oh well. I texted Debbie, I go, listen, I need you to ask Molly to, on the day we're coming back, to at least vacuum the living room and make sure the couches are, like, we cover the couches with a pad and a sheet, so because the dogs lay on there. I go, and make sure, that the couches are fixed and at least the rug in the living room is vacuumed so that when I walk in the house, it's not a disaster. And I don't know if Debbie's going to. I think she said she would, but we'll see. But
you can't ask.
No, that wouldn't go over well.
Okay.
That's between a mother and a daughter. Because they're talking about cleaning, woman things, cleaning the house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So talk about their periods and cleaning the house and doing the laundry, stuff like that. Which is odd, considering I just said that I cleaned the house today, which included doing the laundry. The only thing out of that triumvirate that I didn't have was my period. But I am feeling bloated, and I'm very emotional today. So it's probably coming. It's probably on the way. That's all I can tell you.
My son learning many new words tonight.
That's right.
All will come in handy. I'm not worried about it. Look, he's in the zone right now. It's all good.
Yeah, he's not even. He doesn't care. He doesn't. No. He's like, whatever. What are the dad's talking to that guy? Oh yeah, that's that guy who makes me eggs and toast. All right, he's okay. We'll let Dad talk to him.
No, I'm working on it. So now he's repeating back phrases.
Oh.
So I'm working on a couple phrases right now, but I already got one down. There's this really very highly offensive, like actually offensive Norm Macdonald joke. It's completely inappropriate. So I won't tell you. You can Google the punchline if you want, but the setup is, why did the moron throw the clock out the window? You can search for it yourself. It is really inappropriate and perhaps triggering for some. The response is very dry Norm Macdonald joke, recent, last few years. But now we're at the point where he typically finishes my sentence. No, he knows this setup really well. It's great. Hey, bud. Hey, why?
I wanted to the cock out the window.
Wait, why?
I wanted to the cock out the window.
That's right.
His enunciation is wonderful. He needs to throw that L in there in clock. So have you taught him the punchline yet?
He will never hear maybe someday.
Oh, okay.
But no, I'm working on a couple other phrases now. But it's like the best thing. And my wife, of course, is just like, why is this my life? Why are you doing these things? Well, it's because I had friends over last weekend after the wedding for that Final Fantasy concert. And I showed them that video and we kept repeating it to each other. So it's all snowballed. But
I just looked up the punchline. It is wildly hilarious and inappropriate.
Very, really like
a Norm Macdonald joke, because you go, how did he even? Where does that come from? Where does that thought process evolve? Yeah. What dark recesses of a troubled mind brings that about?
But you have to watch him. It's literally like a 15-second clip on YouTube. Yeah. You have to watch him say it because it's Norm.
Yeah.
And most comedians would say there's a lot of things Norm Macdonald's can say that wouldn't work with anyone else.
No, exactly. He was one of a kind. And his delivery, his persona, his just his wording on everything was hilarious. You know, that's why he was so good. And that's why they hated him on SNL. Because he was, he's mean. Yeah, but he was funny.
Man, last night I couldn't sleep, and I just threw on. I couldn't sleep, and I couldn't decide what to do, so I vaped a little bit. I won't
Right
lie.
on.
Just to chillax a bit, and then I was like, well, what do I do? A lot of times I'll watch wrestling clips, wrestling promos. Also watch. Like,
does that relax you?
Oh man, dude! When I get a little bit stoned, I'll watch wrestling all night. But I don't know. I watched it, didn't quite mesh, and then I watched a couple clips from Bill Maher, like real politically, whatever Bill Maher's show is. And it was like
Real
all right.
time. Yeah.
I like him decently. Nothing was like quite like this is like I'm enjoying myself. I'm relaxed. And then I threw on just some Norm Macdonald YouTube videos of like. There's actually a supercut of all the times he got booed a lot on Weekend Update. It's all OJ jokes, and they're so good. And what I didn't realize is when I was growing up, I really did. I think he really did. So when was the OJ thing? 96?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So I was around 10 or 11, let's say 9 to 11, somewhere in there. And so I wasn't like staying up watching late night TV consistently. Right. But if we were out on like vacation or something, maybe I caught part of the Weekend Update. But I do remember hearing his jokes. And I think that as a kid, it just seemed to me glaringly obvious that OJ was guilty just because every week Norm Macdonald would just say he's guilty.
Oh yeah, that was the thing. Norm, and that's why he got bounced, because they told him, the higher ups at NBC told him to stop doing OJ jokes. And so he doubled down on them and just kept doing more OJ jokes. And he was not buying into the fact that OJ was not guilty. The trial started in January of 95. But yeah, so Norm never backed down, and he just it was nonstop, which was terrific, because I do think OJ is guilty, allegedly. Just my opinion. I don't know.
Bless you.
Bless you. Bless you, little man. He's like, where's that voice coming from?
There's a fire truck over there. There's 2 fire trucks over there. You can play with all the fire trucks you want, but and he's wearing a fighter in training shirt.
Really?
I pick him
up.
Why? But why did the Can you hear that okay?
Yep. I can't wait till somebody calls DCFS.
Oh man.
Like, this guy's teaching his son horrible Norm Macdonald jokes.
He's my favorite. He's my favorite little buddy. Even if he is up past his bedtime. But yeah, no, man. I mean, we got back we were in Rockford for my sister's, well, I wasn't there, but my wife was in my sister's baby shower Saturday. And when we got back, there were some dishes in the sink. So I don't know, but we're in and out a lot, and we got a kid, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, it's different. I used to think I want the house clean in case, God forbid, something happens to me and somebody has to come in my house. I don't want him to go, hey, he lives like a pig. What kind of animal is he? Like I'm rooting around in the muck. No, I want him to come in and go, oh, look, he kept a clean house. I don't know why, because I'm always thinking of my demise. I've never, and it gives me something to control, because I've been working on this. I try to be in control of everything, and I rationally know I can't be in control of most things, but I can't control cleaning my house before I leave. I can control, that kind of stuff. Because once you get to the airport, you pretty much cede control of your life. People tell you where to line up. They tell you to take your shoes off. You're at the mercy of the airlines. Once you give them your bag and get in the plane, then you travel, and and that part, once I land in Dublin and get off the plane, I'll be happy, and then I'll be happy up until Friday morning when we have to go back to the airport.
Right.
Then it'll be like, this is going to suck. And then but I did learn this. Dublin, I go through U.S. Customs in Dublin. So when I land at O'Hare, I don't have to mess around. I just, I leave. I leave the airport.
Yeah, and they will be nicer than U.S. Customs in the U.S.
That would not be difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had outside of the U.S., which always makes me think, man, I live here. Why don't hassle me? I got TSA pre-check. I got global entry. I'm pretty well documented as a citizen. I should be able to skate right through. I don't have a criminal record. The little dog that's running around that's so cute never comes up to my bags. I'm not smuggling hashish in my bunghole. I'm good to go.
Wait, you're not going to smuggle hashish in your bunghole? That's a good way to recoup some of the costs of your trip.
No, what I'm going to do is fill a bunch of bladders with illegal bootlegged Irish whiskey and tape them to my body and just pray that I don't sit on anything sharp on the plane.
Do they serve haggis anywhere in Ireland?
Oh, God, no. Why would they do that?
Because it's delicious.
I don't know for a fact. I would imagine that's more so in the United Kingdom. So maybe in Northern Ireland, where, they're still under the rule of the crown, perhaps there'll be some haggis. I hope it's not served to me as the lunch on our tour of Belfast. But if it is, I'll try it. And then if I don't like it, I'll just wash it down with 6 or 8 pints of Guinness.
Boom.
That's how everything's going to go. I'm not drinking just a drink. I'm drinking because I've been told, and you can probably back me up on this, having been there, that Guinness tastes better in Ireland than it does here.
I was literally about to say that when you said that you were going to down with Guinness. Yeah, it's better. You know how to pour it.
That's and that it's fresher, everybody says, and it's, they know how to pour it. And so I'm doing research. So every pint is research. Mm-hmm. It's not just drinking for drinking's sake.
Seems legit to me.
Yeah, I put in grant papers. I'm hoping to get some funding, get a little money back, not only from the Guinness Corporation, but from America, from some research facility. So
that's deep.
Yeah, I'll have some stories when they come back. I'm not worried about this, but I was talking to Craig. You know Craig, our good friend Craig Collins, does afternoons on WMBD in Peoria. Yeah, wonderful broadcaster. Halfway decent guy. No, he's a good guy. But he's as good as any of us are. But I told him we were going and that I was stopping at the Blarney Stone. And he said, and he started to tell me these horror stories that when he was a waiter somewhere and he worked with a bunch of guys from Ireland. And they all said that the locals peed on the Blarney Stone and just laughed and laughed. And I'm like, I've looked that story up and it is a rumor. It is, it's been debunked. And I have cousins over there who know I'm going to kiss the Blarney Stone. One of whom escorted Molly to the Blarney Stone when she kissed it. And I don't think they would have let Molly kiss a pee-stained stone. So I'm not worried about it. Plus, I've had a checkered past. I've had horrible things in my mouth. So I'm not too worried about it.
I mean, it's also literally outside, so it gets rained on.
It gets rained on.
And they wipe it down after every person does it. So it's,
right. And there's no way you could do it during the day. You would have to somehow break into the grounds, break into the castle, scurry up the steps, and then lay down and try to pee at an angle on a stone that is pretty far down and on the wall.
Yeah. Ha! Mike has a zinger in the chat.
Boom.
Just go to Yellowstone if you like that. Ha! Let's go.
Get it? Yellowstone. Yeah, so I'm kissing the Blarney Stone next Saturday.
Sweet.
It's going to be great.
Are you going to use tongue?
Oh, I'm Frenching the hell out of that stone. Nice. I'm going to put another crevasse. They're going to go, boy, there must have been a lot of water erosion on this stone. They'll go, no, just some giant American came and we had to hose him down. He was locked in like a dog in heat. He was working that stone like there was no tomorrow. That probably won't happen.
Erosion? I hardly knew her. Let's go. Oh, got him. Got him.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Pretty good.
How are the trucks? Good? Everything good with the trucks?
I don't know. He's just sticking out his tongue and looking at me now. The end game is here, but
I think I know. He
wants me
all of a sudden he's going to go Chucky, and we're going to see him like leap up and attach himself to your neck.
Dinner sitting at the table. He didn't eat with us.
He didn't eat dinner?
You want to go eat dinner, though? No?
What was for dinner? Eggs and toast?
I'm gonna look at me. He had a lot of eggs and toast this morning.
Eggs and toast. Oh, man. I learned my lesson. No more pancakes. Go eggs and toast. Not messing around anymore. Next time he comes, straight up eggs and toast. That's all. That's all
Well,
we're doing.
I'm really excited for your trip tomorrow. And
I am as well. This is like a trip of and I hate to use that term trip of a lifetime, but it's one that we've been looking forward to and putting off for years and years, Debbie and I, and everybody in the family who comes over asks when we're coming. Everybody in my family has been over there. Molly has been there twice. We are the only ones who have not visited. And I was talking to my cousin yesterday, talking to him about my concern about the driving. And he goes, hey, didn't your brother, he named him, didn't your brother total a car? And I was like, yeah, one of my brothers totaled a car in Ireland. But he was, he was under the devil's influence.
Oh my, in Ireland, of all places?
Yeah, yes. And he totaled a car. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. I think he ran it off a bridge, like over a little creek or something. I remember them telling me, oh yeah, he totaled the car. I'm like, well, he's home. He's okay. He didn't Matthew Broderick anybody, thank God. You know that story?
No.
Matthew Broderick and Jennifer Grey, when they were dating, were in Ireland, and Matthew Broderick hit somebody, killed him. Yeah, man. Horrifying.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You broke it. You broke all the trucks.
He broke the trucks. What's going on over there? What kind of demolition derby is happening in your living room?
A lot of demolition action.
Why are you breaking? Oh, no. Why did you break the trucks?
He could be your co-host while I'm.
That would be fantastic.
What do you think?
I fixed the truck.
You fixed the trucks. Thank you, bud. You don't want to have broken trucks.
That's what I like to hear.
Great. They look great. They're just like, he lines them up. It's the coolest. I gotta. It's just the truck. It's just like. That is a pillow. I know. Yeah, I just.
He knows a lot of stuff.
Where are the?
Oh.
Wait, hold on. Do you see this?
I do. I see the tow truck right there.
You can kind of see it. He lines up the trucks. Oh, there's like no.
Oh, there's little cars. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, they're in like a straight line. You cannot see it at all. There's this really. So it's actually not that dark in this room. It just looks like it. It's just like the MacBook doesn't pick up stuff.
Are you getting a weird haunted house thing going already at your place?
Yeah, it's the Halloween. It's the
Halloween season.
Want to make sure that the ghosts know to move in as early as possible.
There are people in our neighborhood who a week and a half, the day after Labor Day, had decorated the outside of their houses for Halloween. It was still late August, and I'm like, "What are you doing? Stop it!"
No, we've got a few people. We've got a few people in our neighborhood with pumpkins out in the front and jack-o'-lanterns and other things. My son's pants are off. He just removed his diaper. I'm not sure why he decided to remove his diaper.
I don't know what would happen if we had nudity on this. Well, especially toddler nudity. We would be in big trouble.
Yeah,
that would not go well if we had toddler nudity on the podcast.
I don't know why he chose to remove his diaper just now. This is not really a common occurrence.
I think I know. This is a very freewheeling environment that we have going here, and he's just going with the flow.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, I don't want any flow on my carpet, so I'm going to go adjust that. But I am, again, still right here. I'm just 5 feet away. So the show goes on.
The show does go on. All right, listen, we're not going long tonight because Cody has truck demolition and nudity happening in his house, and I have to get ready for this big trip. But all right. I'm going to give you this scenario, Cody, and you tell me if you want me to go on. I had something happen to me last Tuesday, the morning after our last broadcast, that could be the most embarrassing thing, and that's saying a lot. The most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me. I told Debbie immediately, and she laughed and was a bit sympathetic, but I think horrified and questioning all her life decisions over the last 30 years. Molly laughed and just shook her head like, oh my God, this is what it's come to. And I mentioned last night that I was thinking about telling this story, which it will turn into a bit on stage. But Debbie was like, oh, I don't know if you should tell that story. So I'll leave it to you to decide if I should tell this story. It will not be, it's not going to be graphic. It's not going to get us thrown off of any platforms.
All right.
It's nothing probably that you. Oh, his pants are back on. That's
His
fantastic.
paper's back on for now. We'll see how long that lasts.
All
He
right,
lined
yeah.
up all the trucks. He lined up all the trucks. Can you
I
see
see
them?
all the trucks lined up on the couch over there.
They're all lined up perfectly.
Why is that, Thomas? The train engine on the table there? No, that's a bus.
It's if there's a large fire truck, there's at least 2 dump trucks. There's a bus. I mean, there's just a whole
Yeah,
cadre of
he's
things.
got a garage. The kid likes trucks. Is that right? Is that what we're? Mike? Oh, Mike might be onto something in the comments.
He did not poop in his diaper. Thankfully, that would have been very awkward.
Yeah,
but
poopy
no,
pants over there. And what if he started flinging it around like a chimp after you just painted that living room?
I cannot wait to hear what happened to you.
All right, here's.
And I don't
this
know
will
why
be-
you're choosing to share it if it was that embarrassing.
Because what else are we going to talk about?
Fire
What
trucks.
else? But we could talk about fire trucks. If your son wants to give us a 10-minute TED talk on fire trucks, it will save us from this. I just want to know how you would react, or if this has ever happened to you, because it had never happened to me before, and it was terrifying.
Tell me you just you just asked a woman if she was pregnant or something. When was the baby due?
No, I did that on stage once. I told you that story, didn't I?
I don't know.
Oh man, yeah. When I was first doing comedy, and I still swear to this day, there's no woman who's not pregnant that looked like this woman. She had the perfectly round basketball belly, and I was on stage and I was emceeing, and I'm talking to the crowd, blah 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 blah. And there's this woman, and I was like, "Hey, oh look, what do you do? When's the baby?" And everybody at her table starts laughing, and she gets this look on her face and goes, "I'm not pregnant." Oh, okay. And I should have said, well, you should do some sit-ups, but I didn't, because I was new to comedy. If like today, I wouldn't say that, because I'd get booed out of the room. That would be horrible. But yeah, so I did ask a woman once if she was pregnant when she was not. No. So I get Tuesday. I was going to teach. I was scheduled to teach, and I can't remember what grade. But I get up, everything's fine. They have certain days at the school where it's I don't remember the exact terminology, but it's basically you don't give a rat's ass day, where you can wear whatever you want and you're supposed to treat yourself to something nice and dress. So I was supposed to do PE for half a day. So I felt great. I was in gym shorts and a t-shirt, and I was comfortable. Everything was great. I get up on time, have my usual breakfast, a little Special K. Everything's golden. Get in the car, have my usual road rage on the drive to school, listening to the radio. Man, the day's starting off great. I pull up in front of school. Everything's terrific. Check my email real fast. As I get out of the car, I had this one horrific rumble in my stomach. And I was like, "Whoa, all right, well, I'm going in." As I'm walking, now I was parked less than a half a block from the front door of school. As I'm walking there, I'm feeling a little, but all right. I get to the front door and I get another groove in my stomach. And I'm like, oh no. You know that feeling when your intestines go, "Hey man, we got some business we got to take care of." I unlock the front door. I run, not run, but I walk quickly past the women in the office. And I was like, "I'll be right back." And I go in. Now, to get to the closest bathroom, which is a student bathroom, I got to go down a hall a little ways. I'm at the point now where I'm doing that walk where you're clenching your butt and you're trying to waddle so that things aren't good. I see one teacher. She's like, "Hey, Noonan, where you at today?" I go, "Hey, go on." I get to the bathroom. I take 2 steps into the bathroom, and it's over. It's over. And I'm like, "No!" I literally screamed, "No!" as I raced to the stall. It was worse than any time I had to change a diaper with Molly or your son or anybody. It was everywhere. And I'm like, okay, calm down. Let's see if we can get things taken care of so that you can still, teach today. Not thinking, not until I sit down and I'm like, thank God I was wearing, boxer briefs. That prevented a lot of, escape. It took me, and I'm not exaggerating, 15 minutes to clean myself up. To the point where I debated throwing the underwear away, but I didn't want to leave them in the garbage can in the bathroom so that someone would find them. So I finally get myself cleaned up, but I'm sitting on the toilet trying to take off my shorts and my underwear and not get matter on my shoes. And it's horrifying. I had to rinse the underwear out in the sink and I jam it in my pocket. And I'm like, all right, I can't stay. One, because I would stink like there's no tomorrow. I had to imagine if I had walked out into a classroom, every kid there would have gone, oh my God, who smells? And no, I got to go home. So I just, I'm praying, please God, don't let me see anybody as I head back to the office to tell them I have to go home. Thankfully, everybody was in a meeting. So I've got soaking wet underpants jammed into the pocket of my windbreaker. I'm sure that I look like Pigpen from the Peanuts, that there's like a cloud of stink coming out the back of me. And I don't even go in the office. I go back out into the lobby and I'm talking to the secretary from a good distance. Cause I'm like, I don't want her to catch a whiff of me. And I'm like, I don't feel good. I said, I got sick in the bathroom. I have to go home. She's like, oh no, that's horrible. I'm so sorry. Take care of yourself. Please go. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I was afraid to sit down in my car because I didn't know. There was nothing really on my shorts. Again, thanks to the snugness of my boxer briefs. It was just a horrible. So I called Debbie as I'm driving home and she's like, why aren't you in school? And I tell her the story and I can only imagine this is a woman with 2 master's degrees, a good job, and her husband of 30 years is calling her on the phone to say he pooped his pants and has to go home from school. I'm like, how do you even answer that call and still come home that night? When you hear this story from your husband, how do you not go, I have made a huge mistake. And I now need to leave. But I had to tell her because she knew I was supposed to be at school. And then the worst thing was Molly was coming over that day. And I had told her, hey, I'm going to be at school. So, you've got the keys. So just let yourself in, but I won't be back till about 4:00. And I've got, and so she walks in and I'm in the house. She's like, why are you here? And I'm like, I got sick at school. She's like, what happened? And I'm like, all right, I'm going to tell her because it's going to come up. It's going to come up in conversation. Debbie's going to say something. So I told her. And again, she didn't need any more reasons to be embarrassed of me and want to distance herself from me. But this had to be the frosting, no pun intended, on the cake because it was not good.
Wow.
Have you ever had an incident like that? This was, and I've had it where I've been close. But this was, I didn't even have any, there was nothing, that was it. I don't know.
No, I have not experienced that kind of thing. I think you should leave the country. You should flee the country at this point.
I am. That's the good thing. Now I realize that this is recorded, so people will be able to hear it forever. But I am leaving the country for 2 weeks to avoid public shame. Not that anybody would have known. Like Debbie's like, why are you going to tell this story? I said, I don't know. Somebody will laugh at it. And, okay, it happened, whatever. I'm sure other people have done it. I never did it in college when I was drunk. I never, wet myself or had an accident or anything like that. This I had No warning, no nothing. I was moving, but man, there was no clench tight enough to save me. It's horrible.
I was gonna say we've all been there, but I've never experienced anything like that. But I'm sure that someone else has been there, and they can
I would hope
empathize.
so.
And that sucks.
Well, even if they can't empathize, if it gives you a few moments of glee to think of me running clenched cheeked into the bathroom, then God bless you. So I've had embarrassing moments before, but this was the worst. To be standing in the foyer of an elementary school with a pair of wet, soiled underpants in my pocket, making up trying to tell somebody. Now, I hope not. I shouldn't have. Now I realized, what if any of them listen to this? That was my biggest fear, that somebody there would find out. Now I'm broadcasting it to everybody. Oh, well. Stuart's asking if it was bad milk, but I didn't have any. I eat my cereal dry.
See,
especially with blueberries.
I feel like one needs an audience in the moment to be embarrassed. Like if no one knew, if a guy craps his pants and no one's around to smell it, did it really happen? Like I wouldn't feel embarrassed. I'd feel bad and annoyed and grossed out, but embarrassed, I don't know if that's really.
I felt shame, Cody. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a grown man. I'm a grown man. I shouldn't. Mike wants to know if this telling this joke is working brown. I don't know, Mike. Unfortunately, it's not a joke. It is my life, warts and all. And how's the truck situation?
Now he's playing guitar. We've got a guitar guitar.
Nice.
In the living room.
Do you think he'll do a little more bagpipe for us?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I don't want. Listen, I don't want to treat him like a dancing monkey.
No.
Yeah, rock on.
Yeah, rock on, bud.
Rock on, Slash. Nice. Why?
Hey, bud. Hey, why?
Someone put the cup out the window.
And he smiles every time he does it. He loves it. It's like our new thing. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, because he's proud of himself. He's like, I got a thing with my dad. That's how it's going to work. That's so fun. All right, hold on. I gotta let Gidget out of the office.
Oh no!
No, maybe there she goes. She laid back down. She's back. She's back.
Well, he might need my attention soon.
I know. Well, we said we were going to keep this one short. We've got we both have things to do. And now that I've unburdened myself from that, he is a future rock star, Stuart, either on the guitar or on the bagpipes, or maybe both. Maybe he'll be maybe he'll be the prince of guitars and bagpipes. That would be fun. Kid's going to rock out.
Yep, it's time.
All right. Well, listen, I'll let you go. I will talk to you in 2 weeks. I don't know. So next week we are not going to be here. I will be on the Emerald Island, but on October 3rd, I will be back, and we will have another broadcast. Find out if I have the same misfortune abroad as I do here in the U.S. Probably not. Good night, my little friend. Oh, look at that cutie pie. Yeah, keep him out of the picture. There he is. Hello there, my friend.
Can't let the Facebook get him in there.
Oh, look at him.
Who that is?
Who is this?
No,
he's going to be shy today. Well, Gidget and Lawson and Walter all said hello, buddy. Gidget and Lawson and Walter all were happy when you were here. So we will talk to you in 2 weeks. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Smash that like button. Follow us. Tell your friends. Tell one friend. Tell them you never know when toddlers may pop up. That's always fun. Tell them there's nudity in this episode. That's always fun. Very tantalizing. We're going to have an OnlyFans account for this podcast.
I think we already do.
It might be. People want to see. Now people want to hear my, those kind of adventures. The Germans want to hear some scat talk. That's why they're.
It's the new segment, Scat Talk. Only
Scat Talk.
on Realities May Vary.
We'll have your political rants and my scat talk. And then
we talked about having a meeting to talk about segments. I think that's happening after Ireland.
That
but,
is happening after
I'd love
Ireland.
to get COVID while you're over there too. We'd like you to be allowed to come back.
Oh, I would like to come back too. We're taking masks because it says masks are encouraged on public transportation.
Yeah.
So taking masks, driving around. Hopefully I won't total the car driving on the other side of the road. And yeah, and I'll kiss a pea-soaked stone. There'll be a lot to talk about when I get back.
I can't wait.
I
for
can't
more
wait.
Scat talk. Irish scat talk.
Scott talk. I'm gonna create the crack in the pubs.
I don't know what that means. But
That means I'm gonna have some fun in a bar. All right. Thanks, everybody. Cody, I'll leave it to you and your son.
Can you say bye? Hey, bud, say bye. No, he's not gonna say bye.
Why?
Wait, let's say it. Bye.